How y'all doing today? Today we're going to talk about 3 people, 3 goals. You'll notice that a lot of times before you set out on your journey to accomplish whatever it is that you set out to accomplish and get that starting line, you'll notice there's other people that start in line with you. Sometimes you may share some of the same ideas. You may seem like you're on the same, road to get where you all are going. It isn't until you start running that race and you look around and you see where other people are in those lanes. And some hate starts to come about, verbal jabs, chucking stones, especially if you're ahead in the race. People like to tend to do that. That's what you call with that crab mentality. With those 3 people, we're going to take a look at each one. The first person, this is the first person who started the race, and they actually met their goal. They did what they wanted to do. Through these crude drawings here, just kind of want to give you a visual representation of what I'm talking about. See how this person started and they finished. They're happy. That's number 1. Then you have number 2. They wanted the same things like you did. Small differences, they stopped about halfway along the way. Whether they decided to take a break, got sidetracked, whatever it is, they left thinking about their goal. They stopped halfway. That's person number 2. You got person number 3. This person never even left the starting line. They were all taught. See, they got a long ways to go. The problem that I have is when you're talking about these 3 people, person 1 started, ran this race. Person 2, they got about halfway along the way. Person 3 never even started. What I've noticed in my life experience is normally you have person 2, person 3 telling person 1 what they should and shouldn't have done. Now, you can learn from people all walks of life. You can always learn from, I don't care what point in life that they're at. You can always garner some sort of experience from those people. But number 2 and 3 have a tendency to try to make number 1 feel bad. Now, if your person is along the way and you're only halfway through your goal and you're trying to get to the finish line, then this is not applying to you. If you're staying in your lane, you got your eye on the prize, then eventually you'll get here. But I'm talking about these people who stop halfway along the way and they tend to criticize number 1. Or number 3, they just got a bunch of ideas, a bunch of talk, a bunch of mouth about what they should do, what their plans are, what they hope to set out to accomplish, and then they're casting judgment upon what you should be doing. So the question that I have for you is, which of those 3 type of people are you? Are you person number 1? Get the job done? Are you person number 2? That you stop about halfway, you give up on yourself, then you kind of look around to see how you can critique others on how they can do their job better? Or you person 3, you're just all talk. You never get to the finish line. You got something to say about the other people that have achieved their goals, on how they did it, how it was wrong, whatever the case may be. So which person are you? You person 1, you person 2, or you person 3? Okay, these are just some of the topics that I talk about with staying in your lane. It's covered in that U section of my conversational series of books that I have, which the link is in the description box. The first book that I've written so far, it deals with family. Mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, siblings, yourself. And it takes a accurate self-assessment of yourself at the first portion of the book. And then you do a self-reflection at the end of the book. So it kind of discusses some of these things with staying in your lane and the type of relationships that we have up off in our life, whether they're, good for us, how can we build on them, how can we, explore these to see, what interest, what's in our best interest in building up on these relationships. So I encourage you to take a look at that book, and until next time, have a good one.